All right.
More Luca for us.
Yep. That's the Braveheart one he was talking about.
Bravehearts. I don't know if this is a theme or his own, but I guess we'll find out. I guess it's the theme because he's got the flute or recorder. I haven't heard this song in so long. Dude, seriously?
Bro.
He has the harmonica attached to his guitar and doing that. Two of them? Okay, I've never seen that before with any artist. Wow, okay. That's crazy.
This is so beautiful.
It really is. One hand guitar and playing
Dude,
that at the same
this,
time.
I know it's Braveheart, but it really
Yeah.
sounds like Lord of the Rings. It
It does
really
have a
does.
yeah, it does have
It
kind of
sounds
Lord
like
of the Rings.
the Shire song whenever they switch to the Shire, bro.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, I hear
Like
that in
whenever the
there,
flute
yeah.
comes on, but it could just be because Lord
Well,
of the
but
Rings. It
and
is
you
that kind of a
asking
flute.
you saying that makes me wonder if one either influenced the other or one borrowed that sound, so to speak.
Yeah,
You know, if
true.
did one influence the other, or they kind
Yep.
of borrow a sound from it
Yep.
to compose that other one. Because we know that happens all the time too. But yeah,
Oh, definitely.
I didn't really think about that until you just said that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it does have a Lord of the Rings kind of Shire kind of sound
Yeah,
to it.
right?
It's
Right?
beautiful. I like it. Man, this is really good.
It sounds just like it. I love it though. I
It
love
really
it.
does.
Does Okay, this is a question. Did Luca ever do anything about Lord of the Rings? Because if
Oh, that's
so,
a good question.
after this,
Yeah.
you ain't even got to pay the money. I'll go listen to it. I don't
Yeah, okay,
care.
let's do it. Yeah, it's
Lord
a
of the
question for
Rings. I'm on
Brian.
that. I'm
That's
on
a
that.
question for Brian. By the way, gotta say real quick. I love how Richard said my playlist is a bipolar whirlwind. That's an interesting description
Hey,
for a
yeah,
playlist.
but I honestly same. Mine
Yeah,
is too.
my my
I
my
got like soft songs, and then the next song that I'll play will be like Lorna Shore or something.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I might have like a ballad, and then the next thing you know, you're listening to Dragon Force, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. I'll be
Like,
in the car, bro. I'll be listening to my music, and I'll be listening to like some very sad song, and then all of a
yep,
sudden I'll be like sitting there like, damn, bro, like I'm crying. And the next song, I'm like,
rocking out. Yep,
yeah.
yep, I'm the same way.
And then
And I like,
next thing you got like Suicide Boys, so it's like
and that's
rap.
it. Like I have like, I think the last time I checked, I have like over 1,400 songs on my liked play on my liked list in Spotify. So like, I literally, legitimately, if I start on the very first song and just close it and minimize the app, or just close it my phone, I have no idea what's coming next. It's just a little bit of everything. Like
Felton,
that's
bro.
one thing. Like that's one thing. We're gonna have to skip because it's on speaker.
I got a very funny story about me at work listening to my music.
Go for it.
All right,
Unless you want to get back to the song, that's up to you.
yeah, I'll say it real quick. It's not that long. So I was at work. This was 2 jobs ago. So I worked at a gas station right down from where I worked, from where I lived. Right. Okay. I didn't go to work for a week or 2 weeks because Immers was being born. So this is very recent. This is like 8 months ago. Um, I went back to work, and I was so out of it. Like I was listening to like Infant Annihilator, which if you guys anybody knows what that is, you know you should not be playing that at work. It's a
I feel like I've
very
heard that name, but I don't know that I've ever heard any of it. Is it a
yes.
band, a
It's
person,
a
like
band. It's a
electronic?
band.
Okay.
It's a band. It's like deathcore metal type
Deathcore?
music.
Okay.
Yeah, and an old woman came up and asked me. She's like, "Can you turn that off?" And I'm like, and it slipped out of my mouth. I said,
Uh-oh.
"Shut the fuck up." It slipped out of my mouth because
Wow.
I'm whenever somebody comes at me like in a disrespectful way, I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. I'll say some fucking out of pocket shit. Then
Dang.
and then she had 2 little kids with her at the time,
Oh,
and
man.
I said it, and I
You said it in
yeah,
front of all three of them.
all 3 of them, and then she reported to the she called my boss and told him. My boss came in and I said, "I'm so sorry, it just slipped out of my mouth." My boss was cool as hell. She's like, "Yeah, I know,
Okay.
just don't do it again." Then I had 2 bosses. I had a manager and then I had the boss. She told
Okay.
her Next day, I went into work and she started being rude to me. So
Huh.
yeah, so I have a picture on my phone. This is, don't ever do this. I wrote "I fucking quit" all over the schedule, and I walked the fuck out. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy. All right,
Dang.
let's get back into
Okay.
the song.
That's a pretty crazy story.
Well,
Dang.
it's the reason I did that was because I was trying to get hired at Xfinity, which I'm pretty sure
Okay.
you know what Xfinity is. It's internet and
Yep.
stuff. Yeah. So I ended up getting that job, and it
Oh,
was way
okay.
better. The only reason I was working at a gas station was just so I could pay my car. That's the only reason why I did it. But yeah,
Gotcha.
I ended up
Hey,
getting
you
the
gotta do
job.
what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats. I think he's got two harmonicas. I'm interested to see what he is with the second harmonica that's like closer to
Yeah,
his
I know.
body.
I'm
Like
waiting for
two
him.
harmonicas. I didn't know they even made something that held two like that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Dude. Dude. Strumming and tapping plus the harmonica.
It always amazes
See-
me on people that play the guitar, anybody, the fact that
Mhm.
they know exactly where to put their fingers, like at all
That's
times, bro. Like that's
that's what
just.
that's
I
exactly
know
what
that's not the
I think
most
about when I
impressive
watch
thing
those.
here, but you gotta like respect it. It's amazing.
I mean, I think what he's doing is is impressive. The fact that you have to know where to put your fingers in order to do this kind of stuff. But like
Yeah,
the other thing I wonder about a performance like this is like when his choice of whether he's gonna be tapping his fingers and like
yeah,
when to strum, where to strum, so he can put his fingers back on the fretboard and like no like just
yeah. But not only
knowing
that, he's
knowing
playing the harmonica at the same
at
time.
the same
That's
time
crazy.
like what the like
It's
what
nuts.
Man, artists like this never cease to amaze me. Like
Yeah.
every performance is different. You don't know what they're gonna do. I freaking love it.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Brian said it's Putty that's holding the
holding them
harmonica
up.
on.
Oh, that's putty. Okay, because I'm glad you knew the answer to that, Brian. Because I couldn't tell if that was some kind of holder that he had attached to the guitar, like plastic or something, or if it's something else. So I see it curving, but you can still obviously curve plastic.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. So thank you, Brian. I'm glad you knew that. Because yeah, I was wondering about that.
This is a beautiful song too.
This is a beautiful song.
Very beautiful. I
I
love
haven't
the
heard this.
flute.
I don't think I've heard this honestly since I watched the movie, and that was back in
You know,
like
crazy thing.
1990.
Yeah. I'm about
Was
to
that?
say I haven't seen Braveheart in 10 years,
Oh,
15 years.
dude, yeah. I haven't. I only saw it once, and I don't know that I could ever watch it again. I was super like I watched it when it first released in the theater,
Yeah. When
and
did
I
it
think
come out? I probably wasn't even
oh,
born yet.
I want to say in the 90s. I
All right, let's go
think.
look it up. Let's go look it up.
Okay.
Let's look it up.
Okay. And like I was a teenager then, so I didn't know anything about the
Yeah,
story.
1995.
1995.
I
So
wasn't.
that was
Yeah,
my
I was still
so
in my
that was my
daddy's ball sack.
junior
I wasn't even born yet,
that was
bro.
my that was my junior year in high school actually. And actually in fact, I think I was a year before my graduation because it would have been in June. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I would have been 17. I didn't know anything about the story until I like went to go see it, but I had no idea like what it was going to be like and it was like too much for me. Like I sat through it and
Yeah.
it was interesting up until a battle scene, and then it just like was like at the time it was too much for me. I was like, I can't see that movie ever again.
Yep.
Now I might be able to, but back then I was like, I don't know if I can watch that again. That may have just been one of those one and done kind of things,
Yep.
but
No, I
it was
agree
an
with that.
amazing movie. It was up to 3 hours long,
Yeah. Yeah. True that.
but
Hey,
it was an
if we're
epic. I'm
talking
glad.
about long
Hey,
movies, Lord of
oh
the
my
Rings extended edition.
dude,
You'll be there all day.
I have all of those on I think it's Blu-ray actually. And you get all of it. It's what 11 and a half hours.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I've never been able to sit down and watch them back to back to back because you
I
literally have to
my
like
my fiance's never seen Lord of the Rings. She's watched The Hobbit with
okay.
me. I've been
Yeah.
trying to get her to watch Lord of the Rings, but
Yeah.
she sees how long it is, and she's like, I don't know if I can do that.
I think it would be worth it if she
Oh,
did
it's
she like the Hobbit
oh,
movies?
she loved them. She loved them,
Okay.
and I'm
I
telling
feel
her,
like I feel like if she loved them, then I think I would recommend she give them a try. Like
yeah,
to me, it's like the hardcore fans that are willing to sit through all three back to back to back. And it's not that I couldn't do it. I would just have to, start between like 8 and 10 in the morning and then finish at 8 to 10 at night, basically
yep.
literally make it a whole day. I think it would be worth it. I would just have to be
It's like
one to set
11
aside
hours
that
of
I'd,
walking.
I'd,
That's
have to be-
crazy. It
I'd have to
is
be one to
though.
set I'd have to be one to set aside an entire day to watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I love those movies though.
Yeah, they
And
are. They are amazing.
and I've never seen like all of the I've never seen all of the extended versions of the
Sad thing,
movies.
I'm
So
such a big
so
fan.
I
I've watched it probably like 10 plus times.
10 that
Yeah, same thing with Harry Potter though. I'll
dude.
sit there and I will just watch them all. Even though I've already seen them a
Dude,
million
Harry,
times, I love them
yeah.
so much.
I finally finished like the last I think three of them, and it was worth it. Like I don't I wasn't putting them off on purpose. I just had other movies I was watching or wanted to watch, and in my head I was thinking those things are like 2.5 hours long each. But I was like, I want to finish them. Like I got through I think I was on the last two, Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, and I was like, God, you're that close. Just watch the last two. Just
Yeah.
like even if you have to do like one on a Friday night, one on a Saturday night, like split them
Yep.
up. Like, I don't have to watch them together. I'm so glad I did though. Like they were
Yeah,
amazing.
I used to
It was
put on
worth it.
Harry Potter and just watch it to just fall asleep. I just love it so much.
I know some other I know some other people that have done that before.
Yeah.
Yep, I do. Man. I'm looking at
Stephen
the chat
King.
real
I haven't
quick.
watched a Stephen King movie in
Oh, I can't.
forever.
Yeah, I haven't either. I love Megan. I love you, Megan. She said it's like 11 hours of walking.
Yeah. It is.
so
It
many of
is.
my so many of my friends and family have talked about how like it's 11 hours of watching people walk from a village to a volcano and drop a ring into lava.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that is
they're
it
not
is.
so they're not
It is.
totally wrong. They're
Yeah,
not. I
no.
mean, that fundamentally at the core of the movie, that is the point of the movie.
Yeah.
But it is just funny to have somebody put it in context like that. If somebody's like, "Hey, what's this trilogy of movies called? What's it about?" Like, basically, a hobbit and a group of people walking to a volcano and dropping a
Yep.
ring, but it takes
Yep.
them 11.5 hours to
And
get there.
there's a new Lord of the Rings movie coming out in the next year or
Are
two.
you serious?
Yup. It's
Dude, I didn't know that.
it's Lord of
I
the
did not know
Rings,
that.
The Search for Gollum, or something.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that. See,
It's
I've
something
never
like
even
that.
seen I've never seen the Hobbit movies, which they
Oh
came out
my god. Oh my god. Nah.
I
I
knew
don't even know if we could
I
can
knew
we
I was gonna
even
get
be
roasted for
streaming
that.
together right now?
I knew
I might have to end the
something,
stream.
something
You
told me I was
have
gonna
to
get
watch it.
somebody told me I was gonna get something told me I was gonna get roasted by
Okay, bro.
somebody for
No,
that.
no,
But I
no, no,
think
no, 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 no. You know what? You know what, Sonic? We're good. We're good. Jimmy, on the other hand, I don't
uh-oh.
know if I could be your friend. I've never
Jimmy
seen
said
Lord of the
never
Rings
seen Lord of the
or
Rings
The
or the
Hobbit,
Hobbit.
bro.
Wow. Oh, Felton hasn't either.
Dude,
Seriously?
no more
Okay.
Counter
Okay.
Strike until you watch it. No
Okay.
more
Okay.
Counter Strike until you watch it.
Now I'm actually legitimately curious. I don't know if you want to do this, but I actually want to be like
He's
type
like,
one in the
dude, that's
chat
not
if
gonna
you've
do me a favor.
seen
That's crazy.
type one in the chat if you have not seen Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
That's what I want to know. If
type
you're
one if you've never
if
seen
you're
Lord of the
okay
Rings
with
or The
that.
Hobbit. Let's see.
I am genuinely curious
Type
now.
2 if you have.
Type one if you have it, type two if you have, yeah. So okay, so we know Jimmy and Felton have not.
I'm not liking all these ones.
Brian, you haven't seen it?
No.
Dude. So Felton said I've seen one and two of
Okay,
Lord of the
okay,
Rings.
then you're
At
not a
least,
1,
at
you're a
least
2
you're not
then.
a one then, you're a two. You've seen some of it. Not the whole trilogy, but at least one of
30
them.
minutes? Oh.
I never watched Lord of the Rings and never
I
watched
mean,
the
it's not
Hobbit
for
movies. I haven't
everybody.
watched Harry Potter. Yeah. Oh, Megan says she hasn't seen Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, or Harry Potter. I mean, if you don't,
What?
especially if you don't like that kind of movie, I can
Yeah, yeah,
understand.
you gotta yeah.
You have to, in my opinion, you have to at least like fantasy and like high
Yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah.
That's what all of them are to even be interested enough to watch them. So I totally get that.
It's such a good story
Uh,
though.
so Sherry said, does 30 minutes count as watching or not? I mean, you've watched some of it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count it.
You
Technically.
wouldn't count it?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I
okay. So
wouldn't count it.
you want to be a one
Yeah.
complete movie? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see, Richard said Lord of the Rings, yes, Hobbits, no. Yeah, I've watched the three Lord of the Rings. I've not seen any of the Hobbits. And I've heard they were good. I've just, and again, it's that whole thing. Share it 1.1.
1 point, yeah.
I like it.
1.1,
Um,
yeah.
oh, Felton said Lord of the Rings PS2 game though. No, I played TF. Wait, TF out of that? Oh,
He
okay, I
played
know
the
what he
fuck
means.
out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then Waylon. Hey, Waylon, thanks for joining the stream. We appreciate it. Let's see, he has a request for us. To let's see,
Hang
Brian.
on
I'm
a
not
finger.
smart enough. I go outside and drool over car parts. That's
Hey,
fair
that's
enough.
that's good. That's good.
Megan,
Walking potatoes.
walking potatoes in a ring.
It's
Y'all
not for
crack me
everybody.
up.
I
It's
it's
not for
it is yeah,
everybody.
not definitely not for
Because
everybody.
like I've had
I
I've
just
had
love it so much.
like I love that setting. I love high fantasy. But I know family and friends of mine that either have never watched or can't stand the Chronicles of Narnia movies. Now I've
Oh yeah,
seen
I
the
love Chronicles of Narnia too.
I saw the first one. I don't think I saw the second or third, and I actually I've meant to. And people I know have said, "Well, it only goes to the third one. They never did a fourth one." Like I'm okay with that. Like I still kind of want to see the second
Yeah,
and third.
yeah.
Oh
See
yeah,
that's something Felton that's crazy is the fact those movies are made
man.
so long
Oh,
ago,
long
but
ago,
they're
but
like
they
they
still hold
still
up.
yeah.
That's insane to me. I forget what studio Peter Jackson used for those, but he obviously had to use like a top of the line
Yeah,
animation studio to do that because yeah, they're it's insane how well those
yeah.
hold up today.
Exactly, yeah. All right, let's
So
get back into
Jeremy
the song.
said okay, Jeremy said I
We've
read
been
The
yapping.
Hobbit in high school. I read The Hobbit in high school, I think too. I never saw the movie, but he said I've seen the Lord of the Rings movies. They're fine films. Okay. Yeah.
My late boyfriend loved those types, but he wasn't into
Wasn't
Stephen King.
Stephen
It's a shock when girls
Oh,
love The Walking Dead.
not a shock for me, but for him to like it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean The Walking Dead though, top tier.
It's The Walking Dead,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's The Walking Dead.
It's one of the best shows on TV in my opinion. Like it's
That and
well,
Supernatural.
I never have
Supernatural.
seen that.
Oh, you
Dude,
got to.
Tosh has been like all over me and Sherry Server about that because like she's willing to admit that like it is a very long series. It's like I forget how many seasons and how many episodes, but she said it's worth it if you're willing to
Yeah,
work your way
it
through
definitely
it.
is. Definitely is. All right.
Ooh, that Ben. Dude, it's like the way he played that harmonica so gently, like he had his mouth on it, but I was like listening for it. And I mean,
That
guitar was slightly more overpowering than
yeah.
it, but like to know that he was actually playing that like that low note like that, dude,
He
that
said
was
that
good. That's a
breath
great
is like a
request.
bagpipe.
The bagpipe, yeah.
Yep.